Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Godforge video. In today's video, we're gonna go over a few things in Godforge. Specifically, we're gonna go over the leaderboards, the end of it, and also we're gonna be doing the survey together, which everybody should have received an email in your, in your whatever account was logged, right? Whatever email was logged to the Godforge stuff. Make sure to click that one and open it to, give your feedback. But let's jump into it. So the first thing I want to jump into is going to be the leaderboards, because I want to personally congratulate all the winners. So from what we've seen, there were 7 invitations that were able to be sent out to people for a meetup in Vegas and whatnot. There were 2 for whoever finished first stages, 2 for the challenge levels for stars, and then 2 for the highest final boss damage. So the first 2 that finished them was Leiko and Fusion. Congratulations to them. That was crazy. I think Leiko did it in under 24 hours, was 23 hours and 50 something minutes. So that was a massive, insane ride. Congratulations. Then the next ones were the challenge levels, whoever got the highest amount of stars first. I think these ones, even though it's kind of like, some more got to 300, the goal was 298. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Unbound Sage was one of them. And then it was Papa Tez, a friend of the channel, right? I've known Papa Tez for quite a while, so congratulations to Papa Tez and Unbound Sage. Massively, good achievement, crazy achievement. Well done grinding this, that was amazing. And then for the final boss damage, the 2 ones were Draco Joker and then Sop or Lead, right? Insane, look at this damage, 58 billion, 64 billion, that's just insane. Well done to everybody. If I look at the damage that I personally did, I didn't get a chance to, do the last few attempts when we got the information about what was slightly known bug and whatnot, because busy RL, but I did manage to get myself, I think I'm top 100, that was my goal. Let me see, and there I am, number 75, OddOneGaming, 107 million. You know what, I'm happy with that. That was that was good enough for me. I did whatever I could. I had some fun. It was really busy, right? Lots of stuff were happening during that time IRL, so I couldn't try and push and test more. That's why I couldn't stream and post more videos, but I hit my goal, top 100, I'm good, right? Just to make sure that I appeared over there. It was funny that people like Quop and Torin, I know that, after I posted my video of my initial attempt, they were doing some stuff based on what I showed, and now they passed me, so well done to these 2 as well. Well done to these 2. But let's go over and start doing the, the survey. So you get the survey. First thing that you need to do is obviously is gonna ask, sorry for the bright white, it's that's, I don't know how to change this into darker, so I'm sorry for burning your eyes. But first thing is gonna ask, what was the email that you had connected to this, to the account. Then secondly, we have overall, how satisfied are you with Godforge? Honestly, I can say, considering the fact that it was just an alpha, I'm very satisfied, right? Well, it had really cool core mechanics. With even this limited amount of heroes that we had, right, was what, 67 heroes, considering they're gonna launch with 200 more. With these limited amounts and the gameplay and everything, I was really satisfied, right? It was really, really good, and I was happy with the whole experience. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Then next one, how likely are you to recommend Godforge to a friend? Very likely, because again, I have faith in the game, I have faith in the team behind the game, that they're going to be doing an amazing job, and that the game's not going to be, one of the usual gacha predatory games. I'm pretty confident it's going to be really, free to play friendly, fun to play, and exciting game. The next one, do you intend to play Godforge next year when it releases in early access? Yes. Oh, but this is sad news, right? This is sad news if this is actually the case. Godforge early access only next year. So that means what? When September, October, November, December, so 3-4 months without Godforge. That's sad, right? I'm definitely gonna play it. I'm just sad that it's not gonna be faster and earlier than that. Next one, how satisfied are you with each of the following aspects of Godforge? Rate on scale 1 to 5. 1 to 5, 1 very dissatisfied, 5 very satisfied. So game stability. Honestly, for the game stability, I personally had no issues with it crashing or stuff like that. I think maybe there were a couple of freezes. So because, I had several times people say in my comments, oh, I'm being too biased and whatever. I'm going to try and be as honest with this one as possible and give reasoning behind the grade. So instead of going fully 5 on everything, this one's going to be a 4 because the game was stable overall. Just like I said, there were moments when stuff was freezing, when it wasn't that ideal. So that's why it's a 4. Loading times. Honestly, with loading times, I wasn't too happy because, again, it's still an alpha, right? This is just based on the alpha. I didn't like that sometimes, you know, you click something. Maybe it was because my game was open too much, but maybe even like, you know, going to the fight, it took like 5 seconds to load sometimes, or finishing the fight might take too much. That might have been because my system was loaded up for having the game open too often, but because of that reason, I'm giving it a 3, right? It was still, you know, it's like I was waiting 3 minutes. Again, it's an alpha. I wasn't waiting 3 minutes because I would have given a 1, but still, it was a bit longer than I would have liked, so that's why it gets a 3. Connection stability. Honestly, don't think I had any issues with this, right? I think the game like connected pretty easily. I never had it be like, doesn't log in and whatever, so that was a 5. Overall performance, again, I'm not gonna go with 5, I'm gonna go with 4, because, you know, again, being an alpha, there were some things, there were some tweaks, there were some tiny moments where like some certain things took longer to load, so that's why it's gonna be a 4. Okay, next one. How satisfied are you with each of the following aspects of Godforge, visual and audio? Hero art, honestly, I love it, right? It's like, and even considering the fact that we know that there's gonna be, you know, more polish to it, that it's only at 60% at what it's gonna be, I'm really happy with the hero art. I love it. They look cool. They have attention to details. They have amazing animations. I really love that. Boss art, same principle. Fafnir looks awesome. The, you know, treasure golem looks amazing. I definitely love it. Combat animation effects, I love them. It's like they just look cool, right? It's like they just look really cool. The way that they do things. Like I personally really love the Leonidas spear throw. That's, you know, it's so dramatic and stuff. Definitely love it. Then user interface, I guess for this one, you know, there might be some things that are not perfect. So I guess let's start with the 4. Because again, we know that there's still stuff that they need to improve on. So that's why I'm not going like full on 5. Okay, but let's move on to the next one. How satisfied are you with each of the following aspects of Godforge overall? Fun factor, honestly 5. I loved it, right? I love the challenges. I love the gearing systems. I loved everything about it. It was really fun. It was exciting to test out combinations, to test out, you know, several heroes, test out gear sets, weapons especially. So I really had fun, right? I really had fun. Daily gameplay loop. It's daily gameplay loop was honestly what you'd expect for this type of game, so you can go with a 5 because it's pretty much, you know, after you start the first day and do the initial grind where you push as hard as possible, then you get to a point where, you know, if you're because this time honestly I played more like a casual player in a sense than like somebody that hardcore grinded it, because again, time limitations, but it did feel like one of the, you know, normal games. You go in, you push as far as you can. When you get stuck, you just, you know, if you're able, obviously, to leave your PC or your phone on, you put it to farm certain states so you can get more resources, right? Maybe more weapons, more heroes, more whatever, to you know, try and get those ones, or more XP and gold so you can rank up and then push further. So daily game loop felt normal to me, right? Felt normal and pretty enjoyable. Difficulty curve for the tower, I think it was pretty balanced, right? It was not insanely hard where, you know, people like me that maybe is a seasoned player would have needed the whole full days to beat it, but it wasn't extremely easy either where, you know, somebody like me would finish it in the first day just by casually playing and finishing it. So I do believe that difficulty curve again was really good, right? What do you guys think about this as well? Let me know in the comments down below. And again, don't forget to do the survey. Check your emails. There should be the survey there. Okay, next one. How satisfied are you with each of the following aspects of Godforge? Gameplay, systems, combat, strategic depth. Honestly, considering what we've only seen and the fact that we know there's going to be a ton more things added, I'm going to go 5. The strategic depth, it just comes back to the thing that I keep repeating myself, is having those amazing weapons, having the imprint system, and having the ultimates be able to be used even when it's not your turn. It already has an insane depth of strategic gameplay, and we don't even, you know, we barely scratch the surface. So that one gets a 5. Combat feel and impact. Honestly, the combat feels, you know, it feels good, it feels fun, it feels impactful, right? Using the right team synergies, having the right teams together, having the right rotation speed, so that feels good. Hero progression systems, this one again, it's pretty good, right? It's max. Like, because when it comes to the only things that were like, you know, again, because it's alpha, we didn't have the filters for gear and other stuff, but for leveling up heroes, it was pretty good, pretty easy. Just one click, honestly, to get into whatever stud you want, get the farming stuff. Again, easy to ascend, easy to rank up. That one felt pretty good. Weapon equipment systems, you know, this one I'm just gonna go for. I love the weapons, I love the equipment. Obviously, this is something that, yeah, we know we're gonna come. It was tedious to, you know, try and sell stuff, if I wanted to. So that's why it doesn't go to a 5, it goes to a 4. But we know that the filters are gonna come for, you know, early access and global 100%. Build variety and choices. Honestly, there were quite a lot of variety of ways that you can go, right? There was some heroes they could have gone with being debuffers. There's same heroes you could have gone to be damage dealers. Some could be tanky. Some you could use imprints to do healing. It definitely has an insane variety. Boss encounters and mechanics, I love them. They were pretty difficult. They're pretty, you know, hard to understand up until you actually get into it. So I love that, right? It does have that level of complexity that you want in this type of game. So that's what I like. Okay, do you feel like your opinion has been valued and heard through the alpha testing? I do believe so. Yeah, I do believe that we've all given feedback, and the majority of stuff that could be implemented, I do believe that they did it, and I 100% know that they're constantly listening, and that's why they do this survey as well, right? Because whatever we tell them, that's what we're going to try to implement, right? If the majority of us say this needs to be changed, they're going to do it, because at the end of the day, we're the consumers, and they're building that game for us, right? That's the reality, us as gamers, right? As a gamer, that. But yeah, let's move on. The next one. How often do you experiment with different hero combinations and squad? I personally do it very often, right? I do it a lot, especially if I'm trying to push further stages. I try, if I have several heroes, I try them in several, you know, builds, several different combinations, synergies. So I'm one of the ones that likes to test a lot. So I'm definitely one of the top. Compared to other squad RPGs like Raid, Honkai Star Rail, Summoner's War, how do you feel about Godforge's level of customization? Too much customization overwhelmed, has more customization, love it. Honestly, I don't think, compared to the other ones, I think it's about the same, right? I think it's about the same, but again, we gotta keep in mind that we don't have everything out. So I would say that, I mean, to be fair, on the alpha, let's go like this. Because in the alpha, it doesn't have enough customization, right? Because in the alpha, you just have imprints, weapons, what's it called? The using the ultimates when you can, and that's it. So I'm just putting not enough customization based on what we had. I know this, we know that there's gonna be a lot more added, but at this point, it's definitely not gonna be at Raid Shadow Legends level where they have like a ton of more other things. So that's why, for now, it's not enough, right? Because it's not enough, or like, you know, not at the same level. So they're gonna be more, or you know, let me just go about the same. Okay, next one. What makes Godforge stand out to you compared to other squad RPGs? Let's see, the hero ultimates, 100%. The weapon imprints. Oh wait, why can I not select more? I want to select more, right? So it's like, obviously, the hero ultimates you can use whenever. The imprints, it would be these two. Hero ultimates and weapon imprints. I guess, let's go with the weapon imprints, because it's a bit more quirky and more complex than the fact that it's just, you can do ultimate. I really wish they would have had several selectors over here, but let's just go with weapon imprints. Okay, which camera angle do you prefer during manual combat? Choose as many options as applicable. Honestly, I personally just went with POV for most of the fight, but I guess if you want to see not POV, sorry, I went with top, but I guess if you want to initially start playing and want to enjoy the cinematics, obviously the POV one, right? So I would go, yeah, POV would be the first one that you use to see the cinematics, then you would go to the top one, because you know, you're gonna see the ultimates a few times, and after that you're gonna be like, okay, I'm good to go, let's switch to the top side. So if you're somebody grinds like me that wants to just, you know, speed up the process. Okay, which camera angles do you prefer during combat for auto battles? 100% top, right? 100% top, because that one's just, you know, it cuts down on animations, it's as fast as possible. When you auto battle and farm, you want it to be quick, so the top one, which cuts most of the animations, the one that most people should be using. Did you complete stage 120? Yes. Did you complete 150? Yes. Were you trying to compete on the leaderboards? I was a little bit, even though I didn't have much time, but I still did. Anything else you would like to share about Godforge experience? Honestly, most of the things that I personally shared, I already shared in my videos, and I kind of shared in this video, so I'm not going to drop too much of a feedback in this one, because, again, most of the stuff, like I said, we can always drop through their customer service, through their support, and, you know, in their Discord as well, and I'm usually over there, so if I had to say something, I would say it over there. But if you guys have something that you want to share, keep in mind, try to keep it positive, you know, try to talk about the good stuff, and try to talk about, like, you know, the stuff that you didn't enjoy. Just try to be, you know, balanced, try to be level, don't be rude. That's the idea. And yeah, I guess let's submit this, and there we go. That's gonna be it. That was it. Now we're gonna be looking forward to the next things that are gonna come. I really enjoyed the whole experience, right? I really enjoyed the whole alpha experiences, and considering the fact that there was only one area of the game that we could do, which is this canvas that I specifically created for the sake of this fight. I do believe that they have done an amazing job, and you know, I can only imagine what's to come, right? We're gonna have more dungeons, you're gonna have arenas, you're gonna have the clan bosses, you're gonna have campaigns. There's gonna be so much, you know, so much depth. There's gonna be coming to the game that, you know, the only downside from my point of view is like, is it out yet? I just want the game to be out because I personally loved it. But what do you guys think? Did you enjoy the game? Did you like it? Did you have fun with this experience? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. But for now, we're gonna leave it at this. Thank you for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.